Hey guys, welcome to GamerAction. I'm Brittany, this is Nick, and this is Lulu. First of all, as far as GamerAction.gg goes, we're doing that second week of beta testing, so go ahead and get involved in that. Go to GamerAction.gg, which I know I've mentioned a few times. You go to the Tournaments tab. You can choose which day you want to participate. We only have one time slot each day, which is 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go ahead and get involved in that.
And keep in mind, guys, these are free tournaments.
Yes.
Free tournaments.
Yes, they're free. They're free. And you get $25 worth of V-Bucks at the end.
That's right.
No
so
reason
go on
not
there. If you're playing Fortnite, just hop on our server. You get a special code, you get put in a custom party, and obviously you get to beat Lulu Legacy.
So I have the least exciting news today, so I'm going to start. So if you guys just want to hear about our new games and our new add-ons, you can just fast forward through this bit. So I like to get your brains pumping a little bit, and I want to talk to you about some of the esports debates that are taking place at the ESI Digital Summit that happens on the 26th and 27th of May. So we talked about the Digital Summit back about a week ago. Just to kind of recap, the Esports Summit is just an online, just an epicenter for everything you could ever possibly want to know. If you want to go to this summit and learn about the business element of esports, do it. If you want to come to this summit and learn about the technical side, do that. Apparently there's press passes available. You can get it. You can get in and just learn about the games themselves, the updates, up and coming news in the esports world. So really all encompassing. With that being said, there's a few discussion points surrounding the esports summit that's coming up, and what they're talking about is, number one, is the esports calendar getting too crowded, not only in general but especially right now, right? So there's tons of titles, tons of tournaments, tons of players, right? Is it getting too crowded? One of the questions they posed, not only was it crowded, but a sub-question that they posed are, would it be better maybe if players in general just followed specifically what they're interested in to kind of streamline things rather than just following esports as a whole? And I really want to know what you guys think about this. So is it getting too crowded? Is the esports industry getting way too overflown?
I mean, I think it's a great topic, especially now. I mean, I think esports has come a long way, and a lot of people are getting involved with it, but especially at this point in time where people are at home on the internet, gaming more than they ever have before, just because of the social distancing.
Right.
The esports is getting a bit saturated. I will say that a lot of people are trying to put on a lot of events to continue to keep people involved in that, but to an extent, it is somewhat, like I said, saturated.
It's getting a little clustered.
Yeah, and I don't know what, I mean, I don't think I know exactly off the top of my head what elements of gaming or the esports world that would impact. I mean, again, I know there's a lot more titles, a lot more tournaments, a lot more players. I don't know exactly where the negative impact would be seen, maybe by the player themselves, maybe the business side of things. I don't know where that might be. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, how do you think it would impact the industry?
Yeah, I don't think it's so much as a bad impact as a good impact. To be honest with you,
It's forward in a progressive way.
Sure.
That's right.
And we'll adapt. I mean, that's what we're best at, especially in the esports side of things, like just adapting and, I mean, taking on more customer base and more players. It's certainly, you're right, it definitely wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing.
Yeah, and I think it's more of a supply and demand. I mean, I don't want to get too business oriented here, but the demand for esports has gone up substantially in the past 3 to 4 months just because of everything going on. So the supply and the platforms that people can participate in has to go up as well, and I think that's where we see the saturation happening and the increase in tournaments, challenges, any kind of matches online are increasing substantially just because the demand is there. So the supply has to be there as well.
And what do you think about that in regard
this is the time for esports to shine, because this is a golden opportunity that may not come up again for quite some time.
That's right. If you're not playing esports right now, then what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Sweeping the same spot over and over again in your room? I don't know.
I mean, it really just depends. Okay, with that being said, so there is a little bit more of the business element that this second question, this was, so what they asked was, how integral are media rights to the esports industry at large right now? Monetization at the tip of everybody's tongue right now, and that really being like the focal point, especially because they see this I'm not going to say gap in the industry, but this open space to capitalize, right? This quarantine time, this time when everybody's home, we see this time as a way to capitalize in esports, and so the development of media rights is going to be, okay, if I'm answering the question, I'm saying top of the list. I mean, I know that I'm supposed to be posing the question to you guys, but top of the list. Media rights, I think, needs to be like developed. I think it needs to be outlined. I think it needs to be clear, concise. I think we need to know exactly what we're doing with media rights, and I think everybody needs to have their ducks in a row.
So I think media rights are extremely important right now. I mean, it kind of goes back to your last question as well, as far as like the saturation, everybody trying to participate. Everybody wants a piece of that pie,
right,
as far as money-wise as well. You know, everybody does it for fun, but on the other hand, people have to make money in order for this carousel to run around.
Right.
So the media rights are extremely important because there's going to be...
It sounds like media rights. She's right. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
There's going to be a lot of crossover with media just because of the saturation, and you know, getting those rights in place and outlined and very specific is going to be extremely important for a lot of these companies moving forward.
Yeah, I'd agree, absolutely. So I'm sure I've spent just enough time boring you guys to death. Hopefully some of your brains feel a little expanded this morning, but now how about some of the interesting information? You have a whole new game to talk to us about, and you have an add-on. So let's start with the, what do you think? New game, add-on? What do you think?
New game, let's get it.
Okay, new game, tell us.
Crucible, Amazon's game that they're taking seriously, is actually going to be released tomorrow. They talked about it, teased us with us back in 2016, and they've delayed it a lot, but it's finally here. It's going to be apparently a rival for Fortnite, and it's going to be pretty much a shooter MOBA. And it's, I don't know, it's got all these 10 different characters that you can play. It looks really interesting and quirky and fun, and I'm definitely gonna download
I think
it.
you're gonna be into that. Absolutely.
I really
That
do.
sounds right up your alley.
Yeah, no, it's definitely look it up, guys. Comes out tomorrow, free to play on Amazon. PC only though.
Oh, PC only.
Oh, that's
yeah, that's a very important piece.
That does make sense, though. I mean, Amazon is
Certainly
PC friendly, so and that's crazy. Amazon's getting into the gaming world.
Look, it goes back to what we were just talking about. Everybody sees this. Everybody sees this space. Yep.
That's correct. And Google, and this is going to be a further conversation, I'm sure later. But Google has a whole new platform as well that they came out with. So, but speaking of new add-ons, I guess. A lot of people are playing this game right now and very excited for the add-on of Mortal Kombat. Now this is going to be the story mode add-on as well as a few new characters in the mix. That includes RoboCop, which I think some people are excited about. I think that's a 70s throwback.
That's awesome. Oh, Warzone. Finished downloading.
It did finish.
This is a celebration. This is a celebration. We've been waiting all morning for this. Anyway, carry on.
So Mortal Kombat add-on. It's called Aftermath. Like I said, it's the story mode, and you know this game continues to wow people. I mean, they're coming up with really creative characters and ways to introduce those characters. As you guys know, in Mortal Kombat 11. Ronda Rousey is the voice of Sonya Blade. Sonya Blade is a very iconic character. She was one of the first kick-ass ladies in video games. You know, they have Arnold Schwarzenegger in the video game as Terminator. You know, he's got his little sawn-off shotgun, and it's great. It's a great game. If you guys haven't played it, absolutely check it out. You know, they have the slow motion, bone crushing, finishing moves, and I think Mortal Kombat is probably one of the most iconic, still running video games of all time. Obviously, up for debate, and let us know what you think is probably the most iconic ongoing game. And a lot of games have stopped being produced after 2 or 3 or 4.
Right.
This game is up to 11.
Yeah. With no signs of stopping.
No signs of stopping.
Exactly.
Absolutely not. So, and they probably have one of the most iconic sayings in any video game ever. Finish him.
Oh, yes. All right, so I just want to give you guys the answer to yesterday's trivia question. So as a reminder, a little recap. Yesterday's trivia question was that Nintendo was initially going to be called Ultra 64. That was before it was called N64, Nintendo 64. It was originally going to be called Ultra 64. Before that, it went by a code name. Do you guys know what the answer is?
I actually don't.
I don't either. Okay, the code name, that's right, you guys didn't know it. That's right, I'm surprised you didn't look it up. Okay, so I didn't see the answer in the comments. Project Reality. That was the code name. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was interesting.
It seems like a virtual reality.
Right.
Yeah.
I can see why they shifted it from Project Reality to Ultra 64, and then I can definitely see why they changed it from Ultra 64. I have a new trivia question for you today with the answer tomorrow. Minecraft spent how many years in beta testing before it was officially released?
Years, wow.
Years.
Interesting.
Yep. So let us know what you guys think. Give us a crack at your best answer for the Minecraft beta testing. How long was it?
And gamers, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell below for all new notifications. We'll catch you guys later.